Honestly, there's not really a big enough advice or big enough tip that can stress this, but hey, my name is Damari White. I'm a student at Coastal Carolina University, and today's video is about roommate advice for college students. Big thing for college is communication. When you have a roommate, you want to communicate everything out. You want to communicate sleep schedules, you want to communicate waking up schedules, what time your classes are, and a cleaning schedule for the room. If you communicate this stuff within the first week, I promise you won't have any awkwardness or discomforties during your experiences being a roommate. Now, I was fortunate to kind of know my roommate a little bit, but we still had the big roommate awkwardness within the first day. But after the first day, it was like we were brothers. I don't know how to explain it. To break that awkwardness, I would say go eat together, go do little things together. Like we would go to Walmart together. I was the one with the car and he didn't have a car, so it was like everywhere I went outside of school, he would go, and we even walked to class together sometimes and studied in the library together. When you do these things and communicate with your roommate more, it stops the awkwardness. Next, let's talk about sleep schedules. So sleeping in college is weird because some people go to sleep at 12 a.m. to the wee hours in the morning. They're night hawks. And other people, they go to bed at 8, 9, 10 p.m. So I suggest, like, when you have a roommate and y'all sleep schedules are different, if you know they go to bed at 9 and you go to bed at 1 a.m., I say find some friends that are also night hawks. Go to their rooms, or you guys go to a study room and hang out somewhere. And then you come to the room an hour before you know you go to bed, and come in quietly. Like, respect their time, respect that they're asleep. Don't come in turn on a bunch of lights. Don't do that, because that's just rude. You want them to do that to you. I would say treat your roommate as you want to be treated, even though everybody doesn't do that. Another thing when it comes to being a roommate is messiness. Messiness is, that is something I really look for, because I hate a messy person. And I mean, everybody has their times where they are messy. I have my times when I'm messy. Like, my room is kind of a mess right now, but usually freshman year, you guys are in the same room. It's like one room and you guys have two separate beds, and you guys are basically in the same place. So I would say try to keep your messiness on your side and don't let it get between that barrier in the room where it's like, this is his side and this is my side. And I would say at least once a week, try to clean up. You have to try to clean up, because those college rooms and being in a new environment gets messy quick. And if you notice that your roommate is a messy person, communicate with them that the time you see it. Like, I'll say let it go on for 2 or 3 days and be like, hey, I'm really a clean person here, and I know we have our messy days, but I need you to pick it up a little bit. Let's clean up a little bit. I'm not trying to be your mom or your dad, but respect the room. I feel like a big thing with being a roommate is having respect for each other, because if you guys don't have respect for each other, what was the point of you trying to become a roommate? Because some freshman year people are childish. Boys are messy. We are messy, but we know how to clean up. I'm not a confrontational person. Sometimes what you have to do is send a little text. I know text can come off sloppy, but I mean, I'll send a little text, be like, hey, can you clean this today? Or, hey, I see you cleaning your room today. Can you like wipe the door down? Or, you know, take the trash out. Like, just do it. And then you come to the room, you just, hey, did you get my text? And then they be like, yeah, and then they done it. Like, I feel like you should set a schedule where I take the trash out this week, you take it out next week, like, because you guys share. Being a roommate in college kind of sucks sometimes, but it's worth it because you could really come out with a great friend. I know me and my roommate have been roommates since freshman year, and we've had really tough times. Sometimes you're gonna have arguments because you guys are sharing a space together. It's like having a sibling. And sometimes y'all don't want to see each other, and some days y'all want to be best friends. Honestly, how it works when you're having a roommate. I'll say another tip for you is to let your roommate in. I know it's kind of hard, but usually people's roommates become their best friends. I feel like even though you guys may have separate friend groups, or you guys may have the same friend group, me and my roommate are fortunate to have the same friend group, you guys come back to a central place. So I feel like you guys have to talk to each other. Like, you guys should open up to each other, because you guys are really all you got. And you have to live with this person for at least a year. So it's like, we might as well try to become friends. A big tip is to become friends with your roommate, because that will make the living situation so comfortable. I've seen countless times in college where people are roommates and they hate their roommate, and I'm like, I just don't understand how you can hate your roommate, because you have to live with this person. So it's best to make it comfortable versus discomfort. Discomforting is the word, right? Yeah, discomforting to you because you have to live in this area. If your roommate is an introverted person and you're an extrovert, I would say take them out, show them a good time, like take them to parties, show them your friend group. If you know your roommate is hard at making friends, allow them into your circle if you are comfortable with that. Another thing with roommates is I would say just make sure you guys communicate with each other earlier within your schedule. If you know you have a test coming up in the next week and you want to study in the room, tell your roommate, hey, I have a test next Tuesday. I want to study next Monday from 1 to 5. Could you please not be in the room during that time? As long as you communicate it, everything should work out perfectly. Of course, there are going to be times where you might get that roommate, they'd be like, hey, this is my room too, so I need to be in my room at that time also. Okay, then you guys work out a little schedule that works out for both of you guys. I say another important thing that I've learned in college that I did not do before college is having my roommate's location. I know guys don't really do that type of stuff. I know a lot of guys do this type of stuff, but they not gonna admit it. But having your roommate's location to know, like, okay, he's still in the room right now. He said he's gonna study from 1 to 5. Okay, but then if you see his location leave, if you're checking, you can be like, all right, I can go back to the room now. He's not there. Or if you know, like, your roommate got a little, about to spice it up. You know, they about to spice it up tonight. You know, like, all right, let me dip, because they about to spice it up. And I mean, they can text you. I feel like being a roommate, I know I've been saying this throughout this video, but honestly, to have a successful roommate-ship, you have to communicate. Honestly, there's not really a big enough advice, a big enough tip that can stress this, but it's just like having a relationship and a friendship. Communication is key. Another big piece of advice I want to leave you with is please become friends with your roommate. Please. It will make things less awkward, because if you want to know what it's like to not be friends with your bigger roommates and sweet mates, check out this video right here, because it will show you how it looks to have awkwardness in the room.